seculator.
Which is under B, not under
It
sonata.
is sonata, but it's under B. Banco seculator.
Banco seculator.
The sonata
So
from
play
Banco
the
seculator.
there's a repeat. Well, play the pencil too, but don't play. Don't ignore the repeat. Is my point. There is a repeat.
Ready, Reese? Less than
Two pieces, Brady.
two
TWA.
pieces. The Brady? Jeff the Brady? Or the two heirs?
Two pieces.
Two pieces.
All right,
Two pieces.
Do you have it? I don't have it. No, yeah, the two pieces, the Brady. Got it?
Yep.
Number first one.
You're not playing.
Okay. The first one, right?
The Alaman?
Yeah.
The Alumni. It's in two.
It's in two.
Oh, wait. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2024 UTHealth Houston School of Dentistry Commencement Ceremony. If everyone will please stand or remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Again, good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Valenza, Dean of the School of Dentistry and a proud alumnus of the class of 1981. I'd like to welcome all of you here today, as well as those who are streaming this event live. To deliver our inspirational message for today's ceremony, I asked Dr. Scott Makins, Associate Professor of Endodontics and class of 1980, to please come forward.
Job well done, classes of 24. Dental hygiene, and the postgraduate programs, and my endo campers. For inspiration, I suggest you look to your classmates and to yourself. All of us are here today to celebrate your accomplishments over the past 2 to 4 years, as well as your efforts that led to your being accepted into college and then into professional school. This is a big deal. We are so proud of you, and there's no shame in being proud of yourself. So take a minute and reach up and pat yourself on the back and extend the same to your classmates. Today, we officially transition from being students and faculty, residents and mentors, to becoming colleagues. Our relationship does not end here because each of us is an ongoing story. We have been partners during your educational journey, and we will always be so. We thank you for the honor and opportunity to work with you, to learn from you, and to build these long-lasting relationships. This is a time for feelings of relief and satisfaction for having completed this phase of preparing for your professional career. Also, feelings of apprehension and uncertainty will visit you as you think about student loans, looking for a position or starting as a practicing professional, beginning a postdoctoral program, moving to a new town or a different area in the Houston area, entering into that special relationship, beginning or expanding your family. You may be wondering, am I good enough or strong enough to make this happen? Yes, you are, and the fact that you're here today confirms that. Some things in life are just a struggle, but you can deal with them. As you move forward in life, draw strength and hope from your family, your friends, your faith, your beliefs, and your personal convictions, just like you've done all through your life. You're passing from the phase of worshiping the grade to striving to attain current and advanced knowledge while enhancing your skills. Be patient with yourself, do your best, and always strive for excellence. We envy the joys, challenges, and opportunities that life has for you. If we can help in any way, you know where to find us. So, classes of 2024, our patients, our communities, our nation, and our planet need our help to be healed. Let's get with it. Be well, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Makins. "2024, what a tremendous year this has been. Graduates, what does today look like to you? It's obviously an incredible and exciting milestone in your lives, but how will you look upon today? John Gardner, former U.S. Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare, once said, "History never looks like history when you're living through it." But there is no doubt today is historic for you, your families, and your friends. So with this thought in mind, as you're now ready to walk across the stage and begin the next chapter of your history, let us begin. I'd first like to extend greetings to the many honored individuals here today, to, of course, all of our graduates, to all of your supportive family members and dearest friends, and to our dedicated world-class faculty who, along with our tremendous staff, are the foundation of our school. Will all of the faculty in the audience and on stage please stand and be recognized? Thank you. I would also like to recognize our graduates who are veterans or about to enter military service. You can recognize them by the white sashes they're wearing today. And at this time, I ask all past, current, and future veterans of our nation's armed forces to please stand and let us recognize you for your service. Thank you. We're honored today to have many distinguished guests with us on stage, and I'd like to introduce them to you. Guests, when your name is called, if you'd please stand until your row has been introduced and then be seated together. And audience, if you'd please hold your applause until the end. The president of UTHealth Houston, Dr. Giuseppe Colasurdo. Our commencement speaker and executive director of the American Dental Association, Dr. Raymond Colmia, whom I'll introduce to you more formally a little later in the program. From UTHealth Houston Administration, Dr. Kevin Morano, Senior Vice President, Academic and Faculty Affairs. Our school's own Dr. Lisa Kane, Associate Vice President of Faculty Affairs and Development. And Dr. John Hancock, Executive Dean, McGovern Medical School, and Senior Vice President, Research Strategy and Innovation. From the UTSD Alumni Association, Dr. Elizabeth Hunsaker, President and UTSD Class of 1985. From Organized Dentistry, the 15th District Trustee to the American Dental Association and UTSD alumna of the 1996 and 99 classes. Dr. Cody Graves, President of the Texas Dental Association. And Dr. Anna Munet, President, as of just last night, of the Greater Houston Dental Society and UTSD class of 1993 in periodontics. Dr. Robert Spears, Associate Dean for Student and Academic Affairs, and Dr. Ralph Cooley, Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services. On the second row, Dr. Scott Makins, whom you've met, Dr. Sam Asthana, President, Houston Academy of General Dentistry, and Dr. David Emmers, President of the Charles A. George Dental Society. Representing our esteemed dental hygiene associations, Ms. Shauna Greer, President, Texas Dental Hygienists Association in class of 2016, and Ms. Leslie Ball, immediate past president, as of just a few days ago, of the Greater Houston Dental Hygienists Association. And in the audience, the newly installed president of this organization, our own Professor Raha Naderi. From UTSD, Dr. Cindy Farich Carson, Associate Dean for Research, Dr. Shelley Patel, Associate Dean for Patient Care, Dr. Christopher Daniel, Assistant Professor, Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Dr. Amity Gardner, Assistant Dean for Clinical Education, Dr. Joe Ontiveros, Professor, Restorative Dentistry and Prosthodontics, Dr. Marilia Sly, Associate Professor, also with Restorative Dentistry and Prosthodontics, and Dr. Tommy Harrison, President, Faculty Senate. And to complete my introduction of our stage guests, if the last row of honorees and program directors would please rise as a group, it will be our pleasure to individually introduce them to you throughout today's ceremony. And thank all of our friends and special guests for being with us today. Every year, the students of the School of Dentistry choose 3 faculty members to receive Outstanding Teacher Awards. These awards are made possible by friends and benefactors of UTHealth Houston and the School of Dentistry. These faculty members were recently honored at the annual student award banquets. However, I would like to recognize them today, and I ask them to please stand and remain standing as I call their names. And audience, if you will, please hold your applause again till the end. The winner of the John H. Freeman Award for Excellence in Preclinical Teaching is Dr. Vuvi Nguyen of the Department of Diagnostic and Biomedical Sciences. The winner of the John P. McGovern Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching is Dr. Dan Bentley of the Department of General Practice and Dental Public Health. And the winner of the Lorna J. Bruning Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching in Dental Hygiene is Professor Leanna Nguyen of the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene. Congratulations to these educators. At this time, it's my privilege to invite Dr. Giuseppe Colasurdo, President of UTHealth Houston, to address our graduates. In addition to serving as our university's president, Dr. Colasurdo is a board-certified pediatric pulmonologist who cares for patients at Children's Memorial Hospital in the Medical Center. He is the CEO of UT Physicians, the medical school's faculty practice, and holds the Al Keck Williams Distinguished Chair. We're so very much appreciative that he is with us here today. Please welcome Dr. Giuseppe Colasurdo.
Thank you, Dean Valenza. How do you feel, class of 24? All ready? So my job is very easy today. The first bullet I have is to introduce Dean Valenza. He has introduced everybody, and he tries to stay on the back row himself. But as you know, Dean Valenza has been leading this school for almost 15 years. I think it's going to be 2 weeks from today, for 15 years. And if you believe it's long enough, and then send me an email. We will try to take care of that. John is incredibly passionate about this school. He's so supportive of all of you and the educational mission that we have. So we really need to give a round of hands to your Dean, Dean Valenza. Thank you, John. And then I would like to share you some information about our university. So this university, as you know, is a unique training ground with 7 schools covering the entire healthcare spectrum. In addition to the UTHealth's Houston School of Dentistry, which, as you know, is 119 years old, and the first dental school in Texas, and one of the best schools in the nation, right, John? We all agree on that. We have 6 other schools: the Bradley D. McWilliams School of Biomedical Informatics, the nation's only freestanding school of its kind; the MD Anderson UTHealth Houston Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences; the UTHealth Houston School of Public Health, with programs spanning the entire state of Texas; the McGovern Medical School, one of the largest and best schools in the nation; the CISIC School of Nursing, the highest-ranked school of nursing in this part of the nation; and our newest school, the UTHealth Houston School of Behavioral Health Sciences, which will address a major gap in education, workforce, research, and access to care for our state, country, and the world. With our main campuses based in the world-renowned Texas Medical Center and schools, programs, and clinics operating across the state of Texas, the opportunities for collaborative learning in a variety of communities and patient population is truly unparalleled. And we are so proud of what you have collectively accomplished and look forward to the mark that our exceptional students and alumni will make in the years to come. Because each of you, your education, your professional lives, and your contribution to science and medicine are forever woven into the fabric of this university. Today, you will join a force of more than 54,000 UTHealth Houston alumni. You are now part of our legacy and our future, and we want to thank you for trusting UTHealth Houston with your education. So finally, we are very grateful to your family and friends and your supporting environment. You all know that you would not be here without them. And I'm very confident on behalf of the 21,000 people at UTHealth that you will make us so proud. So again, congratulations, class of 2024. You will be just fantastic, as Dean Valenza used to say in the previous commencement. Thank you again, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Colasurdo, for your leadership and friendship and support of the School of Dentistry. I'd now like to introduce the president of the dental class of 2024, Mr. Andrew Roberts, who will deliver the class address. As he makes his way to the podium, let me tell you a little bit about Andrew. He's from Amarillo, Texas, graduated summa cum laude from Texas Tech University. At UTSD, Andrew has served as class president during his first and fourth years, was active in community outreach, traveling to Guatemala 3 years in a row, and received multiple awards at the recent senior banquet. Following graduation, he will be moving to Charlotte, North Carolina to practice. Please welcome Andrew Roberts.
Thank you, Dean Valenza. Good afternoon. Esteemed faculty, honored guests, our amazing friends and family who have been our unwavering support throughout this journey. Before I begin, similarly, I'd like to introduce a couple of people. Could I have these people stand up? It's Class Vice President Van DeMille, Class Treasurer Natalie Dunn, and Class Secretary Natalie Heimeyer. These people have worked incredibly hard as officers for this class for 4 years and did a lot to make this event possible as well, so let's show our appreciation to them again. Now, as we stand on the threshold of our graduation, I'd like to share a little insight into my class's collective experience in order to more fully appreciate what's happening here today. It will be impossible to fully understand what dental school has been for us for the past 4 years, but here are a couple of fun stats. In 4 years of school, this class has taken 186 exams, 65 in our first year, 58 in year 2, 44 in year 3, 19 in year 4. During that time, we were enrolled in 108 different courses. For comparison, a typical college degree is 120 credit hours. With your standard assumption of a 3-hour course, that would equate to 40 courses. And that's not all. Amidst the exams, there were projects, papers, rotations, boards, scheduling, billing, treating patients during our 618 clinic sessions. But even before that, each of us had to navigate the competitive landscape of college where thousands vied for just a handful of seats in our dental school. But our journey to becoming dental professionals has been about more than just textbooks and lectures. It's about the late-night study sessions with friends, overcoming tropical storms, the snowpocalypse, lockdowns, N95s, and so much more together, building lifelong friendships along the way. So as we approach this momentous milestone, let's take a moment, families and friends, to give it up for the incredible effort, accomplishment, and resilience of the class of 2024. Now, class, as we reflect on our achievements, let us remember, success is not achieved alone. It is the culmination of the unwavering support and encouragement of those around us. Our family and friends have been very involved in our academic career. So much so that perhaps some of you in the audience volunteered to be a denture comp or joked about needing a root canal. I can remember texts from my in-laws checking in to see if I'd found that final crown. So before we proceed further, let's take a moment to show our appreciation. Class of 2024, let's hear it for the people in our lives who helped us reach this very important moment. And since I have the mic, Dad, Mom, Grace Ann, thank you for all the sacrifices you made to get us here. We made it. Now, in these last 4 years of hard work and professional development, there have been good days and a fair share of bad days. And we can all attest that there were people whose presence had the ability to make days better and, at times, days worse. But that's not just dental school. In the crowd today, each person could evaluate their life and see the amount of hard work that it took to reach similar milestones. Maybe years of long days running a franchise to put kids through school, years of being a teacher, an attorney, an engineer, a dentist. It all takes a tremendous amount of work. And each of you would probably say that the work, the good days, the bad days are a part of life, and it can be tough at times. But now let me share a quote that was shared with me while on a dental rotation in the community. Along similar lines, this person had faced some sizable difficulties in her life to this point and shared this quote when asked how she learned to navigate the challenges of life and business. And it went like this. She could not find balance or joy until she realized dentistry is what you do, not who you are. Dentistry is what you do, not who you are. Teaching is what you do, not who you are. Investing is what you do, not who you are. Because you see, if your identity is solely your job, then when there are challenging days at work, it's hard not to associate ourselves as a failure, or that we need to just commit more, work harder, toughen up, put in more hours, be better. But with that mentality, you will end up overworked, burnt out, and end up missing out on life-giving relationships. Life is more than your job and money. Now, that's not to say don't put maximum effort, passion, and love into your job, but don't miss out on the people around you that matter. Step fully into the opportunity of your role as brother, sister, mother, father, husband, wife, cousin, aunt, uncle, friend. Everybody can use a kind word from a friend. Because when we look back at our previous challenges that we all faced, it was the kind words and listening ears, the people around us who cared, that made it worth it. It's the positive people that we cross paths with. Dentistry is an awesome profession because our patients share their lives with us and we get to wear a lot of hats, including this one, and see into a lot of unique situations. Because of this trusted position we're in, let's make a conscious effort to remember as we're going that, like the rest of us, our patients are carrying a lot of life into each appointment. And there will be opportunities where being a genuine friend and a caring provider will profoundly impact the lives of our patients much more than dental jargon. And if you're here thinking, I don't know what life would be if my identity was not work, or I don't have a friend that cares about me like that, I'm here to say you could. There's a God above who uniquely designed each of us as sons and daughters and loves us more than you could ever imagine. He longs for a relationship with you and has already sent his son Jesus to pay your unpayable debts to make that possible. He is the ultimate friend you can lean on as you go through life. Life is precious. Don't go through it alone, focused on just yourself. You can be the reason someone has a great day. To close, I want to share one last story I came across the other day. It was a video where a random college student posed the question, if you were offered $10 million right now, what would you do? And the obvious reply would be quickly take it and thank them. But if he said the caveat was you don't wake up tomorrow, now what would it be? Suddenly, the answer most decisively would change to no thanks, which drives the point that every day you wake up is an opportunity worth much more than money, an opportunity to live life to the fullest, investigate why we're here, and love people, your family, friends, and strangers along the way. Class of 2024, family of the class of 2024, how different would the places we go from here be if we lived with this in mind and cared about the people around us? Every day is a tremendous opportunity. Let's go from this place and seize it. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and thanks for a job well done. We wish you much success. I'd now like to present the president of the Dental Hygiene class of 2024, Mr. Lucas Lee, who will deliver his class address. As Lucas comes forward, I can tell you he was vice president of his class last year before serving as president this year. While at UTSD, Lucas participated in several school committees, received multiple scholarships and awards, including completing the UTHealth Leads Student Fellowship to develop future leaders in healthcare, and he logged over 80 hours of community service. After graduation, he plans to practice in the Austin area. Please welcome Mr. Lucas Lee.
I don't see it. Let me see. I have it on my phone. No worries.
Well, this is mine. What you're going to have to do is flip it this way when you change pages.
No worries.
Okay?
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Spear and Dean Valenza. ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, honored guests, proud parents, and my fellow graduates. Okay. Taylor Swift once said, "Nothing lasts forever." And no, I am not a Swiftie, but that's why I will never forget the free, semi-illegal parking lot behind the Cooley Center at the intersection of Old Spanish Trail and Cambridge Street. A luxury parking lot we all thought we were slick for finding, and the same parking lot we always got warnings about our cars getting towed. And we would run out like a headless chicken to move them somewhere else, like Hebron Street, or to take an L and pay $10 for that day. And just like how parking in that luxury lot was short-lived, similarly, all good things must come to an end. But it was all part of the experience and the journey that has led us to this moment. I have not looked over at him yet, but my apologies, Dean Valenza. I just want to grab everyone's attention. First and foremost, on behalf of all of us, we want to extend our gratitude to our families and friends who have been with us every step of the way. The one who took days off work to come to our appointments and be the willing patients for us to practice our skills. It wasn't just their teeth we treated, it was their trust that we gained. Your support has been our greatest source of strength, and we wouldn't be here today without your support. Personally, that love and support came from my parents. I am a proud son of immigrant parents who left their lives behind just so my sister and I can have a better future. My parents have always been there for me, through thick and thin. Mom and Dad, thank you for your support and for always believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I love you more than words can say, and I'm so proud to be your son. Okay. Ba và má, con cảm ơn tình yêu và sự ủng hộ của ba má nhiều lắm. Nếu mà không có ba má, con sẽ không tốt nghiệp ngày hôm nay. You may Google Translate that later. Next, I want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to our dedicated dental and dental hygiene faculties and the entirety of the UTHealth staff. Thank you for molding us into the dental professional we are now, and it is because of our amazing dental hygiene faculties that our class received a 100% passing rate on both of our clinical boards, and I'm sure we will pass our national board. Okay, let's be honest, no class ever did that, and that's why we are the best dental hygiene class that has ever stepped foot on UTSD. And now, to my dental hygiene class. Before I unfollow you on IG, but street poet and philosopher Jersey Drake once said, "Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby." We have laughed, cried, and conquered dental hygiene school together. It didn't matter whether we had 3 exams the same week or if we just failed at clinical comms or if we ourselves just started studying for the board 3 weeks before. Our class was all in, all together, all the time. Okay, maybe not all the time, but throughout the years, we have come together as a family and we have always had each other back. Our class is made up of 26 incredible women and 3 men that also known as the class carriers. Yeah, okay. 5 of my classmates are amazing mothers who have experienced the same hardship as all of us, but they had to work twice as hard to be here today. And one of them is my classmate, Sunny. Sunny once told me, time is like a sponge. You squeeze it for more. First, I was like, what is this lady talking about? But after a while, I started to understand what she was trying to say. See, we are here today because we have not been afraid to squeeze the sponge of time. With each intentional squeeze, we have extracted more time to learn and improve ourselves. As we stand here today, on the cusp of a new journey, it is important to remember all the times we have truly squeezed that sponge to bring us to this moment. The late nights spent studying, the countless hours of stressing about clinics, and all the time we spend in the hallway after each exam, contemplating our answer choices. But they all have contributed to our success. We have grown as individuals, formed lifelong bonds with each other, and made memories that will carry on forever. And it's not even over yet, because the real world is scary. and it's not getting any easier from here. But that's okay, because together we have hosted so many class fundraisers, and I know everyone at our school knows about our tacos fundraisers. I will always remember the long line of students and staff that extended all the way from the Alumni Circle to 4322 classroom. I must recognize and shout out to my officers, Eric, our IDEA representative, Tiffany, our vice president, Priscilla, our secretary, Cindy, our scouter president, Saima, our treasurer. Not to mention Aladdin, the meat chef, Carla for allowing us to use her kitchen, Kelly, our former class president, and everyone that helped on all of our fundraisers. They are the real MVPs. The quote from Sunny about the sponge of time is a reminder that you can always intentionally extract time for the things that are important to you. Don't let life pass you by without taking the time to enjoy it. Make time for your friends and family. Make time for your hobbies and interests. Make time for yourself. And most importantly, make time for your dreams. The world is scary, but it is full of possibilities, and you have the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. I am so proud of you all, and I know you guys will be the best clinicians and taco chef out there. Finally, class, if you really think about it, our class is kind of like the movie Anyone But You. By the way, the movie is rated R for the underage and the overage. In the movie, Ben and Bea start off as complete strangers who can't stand each other, but as they forced to collaborate on a project, that relationship takes an unexpected turn. They learn to set aside their differences and discover the power of love and friendship in the most unlikely of places. And guess what? That's exactly like us, the dental hygiene class of 2024. We may have started off as strangers, pretended to like each other, but in the end, we have formed relationships and bonds that will last a lifetime. We have not only become friends and colleagues, but I've even considered some of y'all family. Well, most of y'all at least. Like family, we have learned from each other, supported one another, and helped each other grow. And even though we are going our separate ways now, I know that the bonds we have formed here will never be broken. So to the class of 2024, thank you for making this journey so special. I am so proud of everything we have accomplished together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of us. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Lucas. We're very proud of you and grateful for your leadership during your time here. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker. In your program, you have Dr. Colmia's biography, so I will not read it to you. But even after you review the information, one might still ask, who is this guy? Well, I thought you'd like to hear a few less well-known things about Dr. Colmia. Don't worry, Ray. I call these Colmia Fast Facts. Professionally, Dr. Colmia was recognized by the Oklahoma Dental Association as the Outstanding Dentist of the Year in 2004 and again in 2014. In fact, he's the only dentist to win that award twice. He is a recipient of the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry's Lifetime Achievement Award. Further, the school renamed the award in his honor, and it's now known as the Dr. Raymond A. Colmia Lifetime Achievement Award. As far as hobbies, Dr. Colmia's passion involves many that require the fine motor skills of a dentist or hygienist, including rebuilding cars, sewing, woodworking, putting together model train layouts, and adding to his dexterity, he also plays the piano. He credits the influence of his mother, Samira Colmia, who majored in music in college and was known for her needlepoint work, for his piano playing and his crafting. Dr. Colmia also likes to bicycle, golf, play tennis, ski, and travel in his free time. Speaking of family, it's all about family and dentistry for Dr. Colmia. Your program notes his time practicing with his father and his brother. He and his wife Sherry have raised 3 sons, Derek, Brandon, and Joshua. Dr. Derek Colmia practices dentistry in Oklahoma City. Dr. Brandon Colmia practiced dentistry in Bethany, Oklahoma. And Joshua is currently a dental student at the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry. And the dentists in his family, past and present, include dozens and dozens of immediate family members and relatives. Last but not least, I'd like to share a quote by Dr. Colmia about his approach to life. He once said, quote, "People say I get more out of a 24-hour day than most people. It's just how I am. It's the way I'm wired. I go 90 miles an hour," he said. "I just enjoy the blessings of life. I really do." So fasten your seatbelts, and please join me in welcoming our speaker, friend, and colleague, Dr. Raymond Colmia.
Well, good afternoon, esteemed colleagues, faculty, parents, students, and all family relatives. I am Dr. Raymond Colmia, Executive Director of the American Dental Association, and I'm excited to join you today. You know, as I think back at my early days of life, I remember how my father embraced honesty as a core value. I learned this back in my high school days when I brought home one of my report cards, and he said, "Son, I'm very proud of you and your honesty. With grades like these, you couldn't possibly be cheating." I said, "Thanks, Dad." But my father was also a dentist who often shared the many ways of the profession changing people's lives. Hearing the impact that other dentists had upon what has ultimately led me to, and I suspect many of you, to pursue dentistry as more of a career, but a passion and purpose. Today I'd like to share with you the stories of Tina, Agnes, and Catherine, 3 people who represent the heart of what we do and how much our profession makes a difference. You know, Tina was a young lady. I met her at a charity clinic many years ago, and she'd come to the charity clinic to have her front tooth fixed. Down on her luck, she opened up to me that she had been through a rough stretch of her life. She believed that a healthier smile would do wonders for the confidence as she searched for a new job. I decided to fix her entire smile, and after seeing herself in the mirror, she hugged me and cried about finally feeling the courage to rebuild her life. About 3 weeks later, the assistant in my dental office had told me that a young lady had dropped off a card for me. It was a thank you note, and on the inside was a handwritten message with no signature. All it said was, "I got the job." I knew immediately that the card was from Tina. Incidentally, every year after that, I met her at our Health Science Center, and she still works at the University of Oklahoma Health Science Center. I'd like to now introduce you to Agnes. You know, Agnes came in for a denture adjustment. After I adjusted them and she tried them in, she says, "They feel great, thank you." Did I tell you about my son? He was in the Navy. We lost him while he was on duty, but he was amazing. You would have loved him. She looked down with a sigh, and with few tears fell from her eyes. The conversation went on, and we spent the entire appointment just talking. At the end of our time together, I said, "Agnes, I'm here for you if you need me." She returned a month later, yet for another adjustment. Only this time, I knew she really didn't need one. But what I realized that Agnes had come for was a listening ear. So while I pretended to adjust her dentures, she said, "Did I tell you about my daughter? She lives on the West Coast. She's in advertising. She's neat. You would have loved her." She tried the dentures in and she said, "They feel great. Thank you." She says, "I may have told you about my son. He was in the Navy." And she told the same stories that she'd done the month prior. Agnes came into my office every month without fail for 4.5 years until the day she passed away. Each time I quote unquote adjusted her dentures, she'd try them in and she'd say they feel great. And she'd often repeat the same stories about her children. And my dental team and I would many times ask the same questions over and over. I'd now like to introduce you to Catherine. Catherine was a patient in my office for many, many years, and I watched her family grow up. One time she came to my office for her regular dental checkup, and once she was in the chair, she shared with me the challenges that she and her family were having. One of her children had unfortunately slipped into the world of drug addiction and other mishaps. She spent several minutes in tears, telling me how she and her husband had tried to get their daughter on the right track, and I'd occasionally throw a few words in there to help her continue her thoughts. But overall, I just listened and held her hand. Interestingly, about 20 minutes, she said, "Oh, Dr. Ray, I'm so sorry. You don't want to hear all this. I know that we need to get on with what we were planned to do today." I said, "Catherine, as I've been before and now, this is what we're supposed to be doing today. This is who we are." Being a dental professional requires three things. It requires higher education, it requires self-governance, and advancement of the arts and sciences to our field to all people everywhere. You see, that's what Tina needed at that charity clinic a year ago. That's what Agnes needed in all of her appointments, and that's what Catherine needed on that memorable day. These three individuals, Tina, Agnes, and Catherine, all came to my dental office, but what they received during their visit was not dentistry, not in the way that we think about it. Colleagues, today's ceremony marks your transition from trainee to professional, where you apply the science of dentistry to equally important part of your work, the human side. What you'll be doing today is much of what healthcare sometimes lacks, a personal human touch. Actually listening to our patients for more than just their typical dental problems. Although you have incredible faculty, staff, and resources available to you during your educational career, here the power to heal is never taught in a textbook. It's never taught in a lecture. It's never taught in the classroom. It lies within each of your hearts and in all our responsibilities as professionals. The truth is, the dental team and I heal the Tinas and the Agneses and the Catherines every day, not only in the traditional sense, but in every bit of the human sense. And it's more than just about dentistry. You're also treating loneliness, enabling courage, and serving as a reminder that somebody and they still matter, that they are cherished, and they are worthy of being seen and heard. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the American Dental Association, and your 160,000 colleagues and your professionals all nationwide, I congratulate you on this tremendous milestone. And on behalf of the Tinas, the Agneses, and the Catherines of the world, and the wonderful people you have yet to meet, for the caring and the healing that you will provide for decades to come, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking care of all of us. Welcome to the world's greatest way to help so much of our human needs. Welcome to the profession of dentistry, and congratulations. I don't know where you are in this one. Thank you, sir. I don't know where he left your sheet.
Thank you, Dr. Colmia. It is definitely our honor to have you here with us today, and we do have a gift for you. You've seen it. I'll give it to you afterwards, I promise, but I have to tell you that there are a number of red and white items in the bag, but if you dig down at the bottom, there might be a burnt orange item in the bag. But I left the receipt on it in case you want to send it back. All right. Okay, before the presentation of diplomas, will the classes of 2024 candidates for graduation please rise? Dr. Colasurdo, On behalf of the faculty of the UTHealth Houston School of Dentistry, I certify to you that all the candidates who appear before you have or will complete all requirements for graduation. Would you please confer the degrees and certificates?
Class of 2024, UTHealth Houston School of Dentistry. By virtue of the authority vested by the law on the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, I now confer upon each of you the respective academic degree and/or certificate for which you have been recommended, with all rights, privileges, responsibility, and obligation appertaining thereunto. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Colasurdo, and you may be seated. Well, let's now turn our attention to the primary reason we are here. At this time, I ask Dr. Robert Spears, Associate Dean for Student and Academic Affairs, to step to the podium to announce the names of today's graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Valenza. So for any of you who are live streaming this event, I don't know which camera, there, up there, somewhere. Hello, everybody live streaming. Great to have you as part of this. I wish you were here to feel the excitement in the air and to be a part, but thank you for participating. So before I go further, I want to take just a moment. So out here on the floor, there are individuals from the Office of Student and Academic Affairs. You'll see them in the blue polo shirts. Stand to be recognized, please, office. Come on. Come on. This event wouldn't take place without all the work and efforts they put into this. And then also, you'll see on the floor students in white shirts. So students, stand and wave. We couldn't do this without them as well, serving as our ushers in other roles. So one thing you hear, I hope that you've heard at least in your time that your student has been here at the school, is we talk from day one, even before then, about UTSD family. And what you're seeing out there on the stage, up here on the stage, and you out there in the audience is the UTSD family. Dr. Valenza all the time talks UTSD strong. That is what we are. When you walk away from here after graduation, you don't leave this family. You are a part of this family forever. Don't be a stranger. All right, so in this august moment, it is quite all right to make some noise when your student crosses the stage. So please let them know you're here and you're supporting them. So without further ado. All right, so first for our graduation will be our dental hygiene program. First is the certificate in dental hygiene. Dr. Nicola Angelov, Chair, Dr. Victoria Patronova, Director. Presenting the degrees will be Dr. Victoria Patronova and Professor Leanna Wynn. Ishita Akhtar. Kelly Nok Dang. Michelle Duong. Jordan Ray Jackson. Sean Shin, Cindy Lee. Felicity Bowney Wynn. Shinlu Sun. So as part of our ceremony, one thing that you're going to see is that part of that family tradition is that we will have family members who will be part of giving out either diplomas, certificates, hoods, whatever the case may be. So, Saima Shams Valiani. Ms. Valiani will receive her certificate from her sister, Dr. Sarah Valiani. Next up is our Bachelor of Science in Dental Hygiene degree. Dr. Nicola Angeloff, Chair, Dr. Victoria Patronova, Director. Presenting the degrees will be Dr. Victoria Patronova and Professor Leanna Wynn. Ayotunde Oloponmile Adelike. You say that one 3 times real fast. Eric Arroyo. Diana Bitty Doan. Ivy Lynn Dwan. Neep Lucas Lee. Derek Nika McGee. Haley Moquin. Jordanos Nagusi. Cindy Marie New. She's before you. You're first? Okay. That's fine. Lynn Tweefon Wynn. Nok Nu Nguyen. Tiffany Nok Nguyen. Carla Pena. Priscilla Perez. Priscilla is graduating as the valedictorian for her class. Ann Pham. Giovanna Elizabeth Prado. Evelyn Sabina Salinas. Salma Juliana Tellez. Priscilla Ruby Tovar. Jabao Shu. Aladeen Zamzam. Next is the Master of Science in Dental Hygiene degree. Dr. Nicola Angeloff, Chair, Dr. Victoria Patronova, Director. Presenting the degrees will be Dr. Harold Henson, Program Director. Amber Blaze. Norma Chapa. Elena Swady. I am now pleased to announce the names of the graduating class of 2024 to receive their advanced education certificates and/or Masters of Science in Dentistry degrees. First up will be Certificate in Advanced Education in General Dentistry, Dr. Gary Fry, Chair, Dr. Sudarat Kiat Amue, Program Director, Dr. Rosario Aguirre, Dr. Fawaz Alutaibi. Close. Dr. Hanny Gabriel. Dr. Basant Yasser Salam. Dr. Blake Thomas Swanky. Dr. Kaiwei Wang. Next is the certificate in endodontics and Master of Science in Dentistry degree, Dr. Timothy Kirkpatrick, Chair and Program Director. Dr. Ian Castell. Dr. David Jonah Colmenar. Dr. Colmenar will receive a certificate and diploma from his mother, Dr. Bettina Colmenar, and his father, Dr. Gil Colmenar. Dr. Timbre DeLong. Dr. Julian Shin. We now have the certificate in general practice residency, Dr. Gary Fry, Chair, Dr. Michael Chan, Program Director. Dr. Garrick John Labriola. Dr. Nazira Amani Lewis. Dr. Ali Mahdi. Dr. Luis Antonio Sauto. We next have the certificate in oral and maxillofacial pathology, Dr. Anita Joy Thomas, Chair, and Dr. Nataraja Vigneswaran, Program Director. Dr. Sophia Komal Darab. Dr. Darab is our first graduate from this program, so big significant step here. Next is certificate in pediatric dentistry and/or the Masters of Science in Dentistry degree. Dr. Gregory Olson, Chair, Dr. Bhavini Acharya, Program Director. Dr. Lydia Lisa Brett. Dr. Stacy Knock Deep. Dr. Anna Fung. Dr. Fung will receive her certificate and diploma from her fiancé, Dr. Duke Lamb. Dr. Paulina Nyawin Ho. Dr. Ho will receive her certificate and diploma from her mother, Dr. Mai Tram Nguyen. Dr. Kim Kiersensen. Dr. Amisha Ravawala. Dr. Jubin Thomas. Dr. Amanda Wolf. Next is the Certificate in Periodontics and Master of Science in Dentistry degree. Dr. Nicola Angelov, Chair, and Dr. Srinivas Ayilavarapu, Program Director. Dr. Allah Al-Safar. Dr. Shrina Bhakta. Dr. Bhakta will receive her certificate and diploma from her sister, Dr. Megan Bhakta. Dr. Aziz Mustafa Sakir. Dr. Edwin Sun Young Sang. Dr. Sang will receive his diploma from his wife, Dr. Dominique Pham. Next, Certificate in Prosthodontics and/or Master of Science in Dentistry degree, Dr. Maria Loza, Chair, Dr. Maria Gonzalez, Program Director. Dr. Nuyet Ni Don. Dr. Don will receive her diploma from her sister, Dr. Yom Don. Dr. Ellie Haejun Park. Dr. Cindy Vishai. I am now pleased to announce the names of the graduating class of 2024 to receive their diplomas for the Doctor of Dental Surgery degree. Handing out the diplomas will be Dean John Valenza, assisted by Dr. Ralph Cooley, Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services. The dental graduates will be hooded on stage by Drs. Christopher Daniel, Amity Gardner, Joe Ontiveros, and Marilia Sly, each of whom has been selected by the dental class for this honor. Group practice directors for the DDS program are Drs. Elham Abbasi, Dan Bentley, Randall Glenn, Elizabeth Hamilton, and Steve Lehman. Our first set of hooders are Drs. Amity Gardner and Christopher Daniel. Dr. Christine Chiamaka Anusum. The doctor thing sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Dr. Maria Grazia Arata. Dr. Arata will be hooded by her sister, Dr. Maria Angela Arata Smith. Dr. Maria Atia. Dr. Andrew Ray Augustine. Dr. Gloria Ann Azulfa. Dr. Tanner Banks. Dr. Logan Bliss. Dr. Julia Marie Brito. Dr. Natalie Esther Brown. Dr. Rachel Beekler. Dr. Jacob Buning. Dr. Hillary Bowie. Dr. Lorraine Bird. Dr. Beatrice Leva. Dr. Raymond Chung. Dr. Garrett Joseph Conlon. Dr. Van Dale DeMille. Congrats. Dr. Hannah Christine Dixon. Dr. David Drake. Dr. Ethan Enneking. Dr. Cade Yoakum Irwin. Dr. Andrew Farrell. Dr. Monica Ashlyn Fisher. Dr. Fisher will be hooded by her father, Dr. Michael Fisher. Dr. Lauren Garcia. Dr. Ruchira Gundlapalli. Dr. Micah Guy. Dr. Tyler Frederick Hannes. Dr. Hannes will be hooded by his brother, Dr. Shad Hannes. Dr. Jack Harlan. Dr. Natalie Lynn Heimeyer. Dr. Von Kwok Ho. Dr. Rebecca Altimus Hobbesland. Dr. Camille Hoover. Dr. Brian Shue. Dr. David Hunter. Dr. Elizabeth Christine Hunter. Dr. Whitney Wynn. We're not halfway yet. Dr. Sahar Jawani. Dr. Amy Susan John. Dr. John will be hooded by her father, Dr. Varghese John. Dr. Colin Frank Koppel. Dr. Jacqueline Ann Koppel. Romances do happen in dental school. Dr. Hassan Mohammed Khan. Dr. Hemin Haley Kim. Dr. Renee Mickey Kono. Dr. Andre Lowell LaRue. The mind works in mysterious ways. I got stuck on Renee, Mickey, because mentally I was going, go Mickey, go Mickey. Nobody knows the song. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, Mickey, you blow my mind. Go Mickey. Sorry. Dr. Lewis Lee. Thanks, Christine. Dr. Sarah Sweeney Lee. Dr. Helen Liu. Dr. Melissa Liu. Dr. Natalie Pham Lee. Dr. Megan Van Mai. Thank you. Dr. Mai will be hooded by her brother, Dr. Andrew Mai, and her sister-in-law, Dr. Van An Mai. Dr. Joshua Dev Matthew. Dr. Matthew will be hooded by his sister, Dr. Ashley Matthew. Our next faculty hooders will be Drs. Marilia Sly and Joe Ontiveros. Dr. Nicole Marie Moore. Dr. Nate Morton. Dr. Nakli Masih. Dr. Masih will be hooded by his cousin, Dr. Luma Masih Ajluni. Hi, Rima. Dr. Rima Magawish. Dr. Quy Hien Vincent Nguyen. Dr. Nguyen will be hooded by his uncle, Dr. Andrew Bao. Hi, Sophia. Dr. Sophia Nicolosi. Dr. Omkar Rajesh Patel. Good looking group. Dr. Rahul Paul. Dr. Hannah Perkins. Dr. Sydney Pham. Dr. Noah Michael Price. Dr. Stephanie Renee Price. Dr. Mason James Proctor. Dr. Justin Quackenbush. Dr. Quackenbush will be hooded by his father, Dr. Brett Quackenbush. Dr. Anthony Raphael. Dr. Andrew Giovanni Ramirez Espinosa. Okay. Dr. Kristen Ramirez. Dr. Brooke Riebenscheid. I've been waiting to ask this. Are you ready? Dr. Arya Salguti Reddy. Dr. Reddy is graduating as valedictorian of her dental class. Dr. Andrew Allen Roberts. Dr. Natalie Rodriguez. Dr. Itzel Romero. Dr. Hunter Ross. walk in. Dr. Selena E. Ruano. Dr. Quade Russell. Congrats. Dr. Emmanuel Hansen Saki. Congrats. Dr. Bazent Sala. Stevens, coming down the home stretch. Dr. Paul Alexander Shane. Dr. Michael Smith. Dr. Bridget Pasilio Sneed. Dr. Joel Peter Sneed. Dr. Christine So. Dr. So will be hooded by her husband, Dr. Jimmy Foe. Dr. William Stevens. Congrats. Dr. Angela Surya Kusuma. Dr. Mason Tabola. Dr. Shenying Tin Tong. I got all cocky, got to the very end. Mentally, I was going, I haven't made a mistake the whole time. I'm awesome. Oh, that's what you get. Dr. Andrew Tran. Dr. Marwa Tukti. Dr. Tukti will be hooded by her husband, Dr. Rayham Saeed. Who's next? Juventino Valdez. Somebody went to the dollar store. David Vindell, Dr. David Vindell Brower. Dr. Nolan Walker. Dr. Faith Elizabeth Wallace. Almost there. Dr. Anna Chen Wong. That's my student. Dr. Allison Welch. Hey, Jazz. Dr. Jasmine Winfrey. Coming down the hump better. Dr. Jamie Whittick. Five more. Dr. Lindsay Wong. Dr. Wong will be hooded by her father, Dr. Mark Wong, chair of our Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Dr. Jinfei Shua. Last chance, I could throw Taylor in there. I said, last chance. Dr. Caitlin Brooke Wybarbo. Dr. Cesar Zapata. Dr. Ana Laura Zapata. Dr. Zapata will be hooded by her husband, Dr. Gilberto Garcia. a big round of applause for all of our graduates, please. So, to each of you, best of luck. Remember, you're part of the family. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, Dr. Spears. Okay, graduates, please indulge me one last time by rising. Let me be the first to tell you, you look marvelous. Congratulations to you all. How about turning and facing your family and friends so they can see you as well? Thank you. Please be seated. Dental and dental hygiene graduates, it's now time to repeat the pledge and oath you recited at your respective white coat ceremonies. To lead the dentist pledge, it's my pleasure to invite to the podium Dr. Elizabeth Hunsaker, President of the UTSD Alumni Association. Dr. Hunsaker.
Congratulations, class of 2024. Y'all look amazing. Good job. Many years ago, you had a dream to become a dentist. 4 years ago, you were given that opportunity. Today, that dream became a reality. Trust me, you'll never forget the past 4 years, and please always remember those who got you here, your family, your friends, an incredible faculty and staff here at UTSD, your mentors, your support animals, and anyone else who helped you along the way. They're very, very special. Now that you're all dentists, you're also alumni of UTSD, School of Dentistry, Houston. Your alumni organization here at UTSD has nurtured you along the way, from white coats to breakfast tacos to scholarships to senior socials. We've been there for you. As you venture into the real world, I challenge you to continue to support your UTSD Alumni Association. When you ask the question, what will this organization do for me? Please remember, think back, what this organization has already done for you. I trust we can count on your support and generosity in the future. Thank you, congratulations, God bless all of you. At this time, I welcome all dentists in attendance, including, of course, the class of 2024, to stand as we recite the dental pledge in unison. Oh, gosh. Okay, thank you so much. That's large print. Page 10 in your program, small print. I, as a member of the dental profession, shall keep this pledge and these stipulations. I understand and accept that my primary responsibility is to my patients, and I shall dedicate myself to render, to the best of my ability, the highest standard of oral health care and to maintain a relationship of respect and confidence. Therefore, let all come to me safe in the knowledge that their total health and well-being are my first considerations. I shall accept the responsibility that as a professional, my competence rests on continuing the attainment of knowledge and skill in the arts and sciences of dentistry. I acknowledge my obligation to support and sustain the honor and integrity of the profession and to conduct myself in all endeavors such that I shall merit the respect of patients, colleagues, and my community. I further commit myself to the betterment of my community for the benefit of all of society. I shall faithfully observe the principles of ethics and code of professional conduct set forth by the profession. All this I pledge with pride in my commitment to the profession and the public it serves. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hunsaker. At this time, I ask Dr. Harold Henson, professor, coordinator of the Master's Program in Dental Hygiene, director of our school's Center for Teaching and Learning, and past president of the UT Houston Dental Hygienists Alumni Association, to come forward to lead the dental hygiene oath. Dr. Henson.
Good afternoon. So will the dental hygiene class of 2024 please stand and recite the oath with me? And in addition, I'd like to ask any of my colleagues to join us with me as well. Page 10. In my practice as a dental hygienist, I affirm my personal and professional commitment to improve the oral health of the public, to advance the art and science of dental hygiene, and to promote high standards of quality care. I pledge continually to improve my professional knowledge and skills, to render a full measure of service to each patient entrusted to my care, and to uphold the highest standards of professional competence and personal conduct in the interests of the dental hygiene profession and the public it serves. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Henson. Graduates, as we're now at the end of the ceremony, how about one last exam? One last competency? Don't worry, only one question. You ready? In your time here at UTSD, what did you learn? Or, put another way, what do I and all of our faculty hope you've learned? Our answer to this question? How about the acronym L2L? The letter L, the number 2, the letter L. No, in this case, it doesn't stand for love to laugh or laughing too loud. It's that you learned to learn. Hopefully, in addition to all the knowledge and technical skills that you've gained, learning to learn is a skill you now possess that will serve you far beyond the walls of UTSD. It's the ability to adapt, evolve, and thrive in an ever-changing landscape. It's about staying curious, embracing challenges, and relentlessly pursuing growth. Today, I'm confident you have achieved L2L, and as you begin your professional lives, you'll continue learning in whatever next steps you take this year and for the rest of your careers. And know that UTSD will always be here for you. We want you to stay connected. You'll find UTSD Houston on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. And of course, in real life, on Cambridge Street. Look also to your respective alumni associations, dental societies, and professional organizations to maintain friendships and build new ones. And let me encourage you all, as you post images and comments about today's event, if you haven't already, to use the hashtags WeAreUTSD, Class of 2024, and UTHealth Houston. Congratulations again to all of you on this special day. Through your hands, your knowledge, your skill, and most of all, your hearts. You've heard about that today. Remember our vision, which is improving oral health, improving overall health. So I challenge you to take what you've learned and make it happen. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all so much for coming or watching online. And special thanks to our music ensemble, Paragon Brass, to the band, and as Dr. Spears noted, to the incredible staff of the Office of Student and Academic Affairs, as well as those from the PACE Center and the UTHealth Houston Office of Development for making today's program happen. Audience, we ask that everyone please remain seated until the graduates have exited the auditorium. Have a wonderful evening and weekend, and safe travels, everyone. Thank you.